All right, good afternoon, good evening. We are from Alumni Field here in Wilmington, Ohio. This is CampusNation.com, the Internet Sports Authority. Tonight's game between the New Richmond and Lions and the Wilmington Hurricane. We are going to be getting underway very shortly. Got about 15 minutes before the game begins and kickoff. We've got our broadcast crew in place. We have tonight 3 cameras rather than our traditional 2 cameras, or even the single camera that we normally have. So we hope we can give you all the shots of all the plays, all the action right here on Campus Nation. Tonight is senior night as well as homecoming night. They did all that festivities before the game began. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to our broadcast crew. You guys ready? Wait a minute. Let me turn it on. All right.
Hello.
Everybody here?
CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation, our sister station, 106.9 WZAA out of beautiful Jeffersonville. Here we are again, week 4 of the Ohio High School football season 2020. COVID or not, we are out here playing, which is the greatest thing ever. Friday night, don't get no better than this. We're at Alumni Field tonight for the New Richmond Lions versus the Wilmington Hurricane. 2 undefeated teams, so something's got to give. I'm Tony Mancuso, play-by-play. And, of course, as always, to my left, the one and only Jeff Merklin, state champion, high school quarterback for West Jefferson, college quarterback for Muskingum, longtime coach extraordinaire. We sat through the Bengals-Browns last night and made about 6 hours worth of analysis on that, but we won't talk about that right now. We'll talk about New Richmond versus Wilmington. Jeff, welcome.
Thanks, Tony. Really a beautiful night for football, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Perfect, a little bit brisk, but perfect for a fall type of cut to it here at Alumni Field. Jeff, the New Richmond Lions, what do you see out of them? We've seen Wilmington play a couple times. We'll talk about them momentarily. What's your thought on the 2020 New Richmond Lions?
Well, I would lead by saying I watched some of the film or the stream of their game second week against Western Brown, and if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was basketball. They're very talented on offense, and they do have some very good defenders. They held Sydney, a much bigger school, to 7 points in their third game last week. So I'll just give you a little bit more about New Richmond, if that's all right. New Richmond's in Claremont County, and one of our people that we like, Todd Benzinger from the 1990 Reds World Series champions, is an alumni. They are 3-0, as we've talked. As we said, they've beaten Bethel Tate 27-18, Western Brown, as I said, 77-61, and 21-7 last week over Sydney. They're coming off a 5-5 season last year, but they had a lot of people coming back. They're coached by Patrick Burke. Patrick's in his 4th year. His record at New Richmond entering into this game is 24-11. His first year, 2017, they had a really nice team and ended up going to the regional semifinals that year, where they lost to Dayton Chaminade Julienne 26-21. Their offense will be a pistol, 4 to 5 receivers out, which we pretty much see no matter where we're at anymore, Tony. You're going to like Luke Lytle, their senior quarterback. So far, he's hit 66% of his 57 passes for 563 yards and 5 touchdowns. Lytle also leads the team with 300 yards on only 49 attempts rushing. That's a 6.1 average, Tony. And he has 6 touchdowns on the ground. So, again, you're going to have a very quarterback-oriented offense with New Richmond tonight. We'll also see senior running back Chad Tracy in the ground game. He's got 150 yards on the year and 2 touchdowns. And Caden Pollard, a wide receiver, he's a senior. He's the primary receiver, at least at this point in the season. 14 catches, 297 yards, which is quite a nifty 21.2 yards per catch, Tony.
Yes, it is.
4 touchdowns. Defensively, you're going with a 3, okay. Anthem.
Let's listen to the national anthem. Beautiful job by the Wilmington Hurricane Band, dressed in their gray T-shirts, blue jeans. Jeff, go ahead. Tell us what else you got.
I'll finish with New Richmond's defense. Looks to me on the film they show a 3-4 look. Senior defensive back Bo Snyder has 2 interceptions with 1 return for a touchdown. And another defensive back, Jack Moore, also has 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. So New Richmond's going to bring a pretty good offense and defense for us to look at tonight.
Tell us about Wilmington, 2-0, beating East Clinton, beat Goshen. We saw those games.
Yes, we did. And, of course, the one game they had scheduled was canceled due to COVID. Their coach is Scott Killen. Their wins are 21-14 over Goshen and 21-0 over East Clinton. Offensively, I think Wilmington will do the things that we've seen them do successfully thus far. They'll run a variety of sets, sometimes the I formation with the quarterback under center, sometimes in the pistol with 1 or 2 running backs. And offensively, they are led by their senior quarterback, Peyton Hibbard. Peyton is 15 for 21, which is 71.4% on the season with 192 yards and a touchdown. And I think they just use all 3 of these running backs in tandem. I'd call it a 3-headed monster running back. Senior Kendall France and 2 super softs, Thad Stuckey and Thane McCoy. Together, those 3 kids have 50 running attempts, 387 yards, 7.3 average per rush, and 5 touchdowns. And we've been impressed with the senior wide receiver, Carter Huffman.
Carter Huffman. Yeah.
And all-around athlete, offense and defense, and he has 7 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, Wilmington's base set looks to me like it's a 4-3. They're led by juniors Brett Brooks and sophomores Josh Schnell and Derek Pardue.
All right, let's talk about all the folks from the CampusNation.com conglomerate on the YouTube channel, 106.9 WZAA, Jeffersonville Radio. We got a whole crew here tonight bringing you this contest between New Richmond and Wilmington. Of course, our camera people, Gator Zach Parsons, Joe Holdren, Dean Thompson. We have 3 cameras working tonight. How many did NFL Network have last night?
Well, the one
4?
we saw mostly was the Cleveland Runners going the other way.
Right, we saw the end zone camera a lot.
Right.
And then, of course, electricity's run by the 2 and only Rick and Sydney Phillips, who get this thing on the air. We've got sponsors tonight, as always, Sam Meats, Tin Cap, Colette Farms, John Robert Excavating. So, Jeffrey, let's hear a little bit about Sam's Meats, who's one of our fine sponsors.
Very good. Football fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located in Wilmington, here in Wilmington, at 1209 West Locust Street, to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping to save you both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and a variety of homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., and on Saturdays, 8 to 6. Check out Sam's Meats.
Tonight, Tim Cap is one of our other sponsors. Tin Cap is more than just your locally owned hard cider company. Tin Cap offers handcrafted hard ciders along with local craft beers, cocktails, and pizza. Tin Cap leads the area in entertainment, offering large TVs for big games like these. New Richmond versus Wilmington. The largest outdoor patio locally with covered area and a large stage for live music. Join your friends at Tin Cap where they always serve up smiles by the glass full. We'll see you on Saturday night for live music. Trivia on Thursdays, which we need to get to. I haven't had a trivia trophy for a couple months. I need one. Tin Cap located at 59 West Sugar Tree Street in Wilmington, another one of our fine sponsors. Jeff, for our new audience, talk about some of the COVID rules that we've got to be looking for, because if you haven't tuned in previously, there is some nuances, couple things here and there that are a little bit different.
Yeah, sure, Tony. If the folks out there haven't seen a game yet this year, one of the most unusual things that you need to get used to is the center will take the ball with him back to the huddle. Running back is supposed to give it to his center. If there's a pass, the receiver, if he catches it, gives it to his center after the referees spot the location of the ball. And if it's a long, incomplete pass, somebody's got to run down there and get the ball. The referees use what appears to me to be an orange sack marker as opposed to the ball. And, of course, the idea is to have as few hands handle the football as possible.
A lot of times it looks like a flag, so if you're not paying attention and you're not watching it close, you see this stuff on the field, you're thinking, uh-oh, there's penalties. It's not penalties. It's marking the spot of the ball. We don't see the officials wearing masks at this point. Looking around, the fans, it's a good crowd here. It's a really good crowd. And you know something about Wilmington, this is our second trip in here that's interesting. Take a look at the left end zone across the fence. We've got fans in cars and lawn chairs lined up outside. Now, what's interesting about that, how many cars do we see? 15, 20? And there's fans outside with lawn chairs. Now, what that tells me, you cannot stop the American spirit of people that want to watch high school football. Even with the rules that are in place and not allowed in, a lot of Wilmington fans are out here still watching. What do you think about that? I mean, it really is amazing.
Well, I can't help but notice or think of the difference from inside the stadium where people pay to come in and they're spaced and have their masks on, and then just outside the fence where apparently the school has no jurisdiction, you got tons of kids,
right?
No
you
masks.
You got just as big a crowd outside on the fence that you do inside. Might be a slight exaggeration, but it's close. And tonight, the New Richmond group has a pretty decent road contingent in the road area. Surprisingly, more so than some of the other schools we've seen. CampusNation.com, YouTube channel of Campus Nation. We're here at Alumni Field getting ready for the kickoff. We want to remind our audience that tonight, if you were expecting Batavia at Clinton Massey, that's been moved to Monday night at 6:45. It will be broadcast by the Campus Nation group, just not tonight. It's Monday night. Here's the opening kick, and we're off and running. It's picked up by number 10 of New Richmond. That's Cody Feldkamp. Makes it across the 35 to about the 36, and we are underway.
Tony, we had a fumble on that. Fortunately for New Richmond, it looked like Zane Nagel out there.
New Richmond wearing white jerseys with black numbers, red helmets. If I had to say what college team they look like, Jeffrey?
Georgia.
That's right. Let's see how we're like a married couple. I think something and he says it. You know, it just uncanny. They look like the Georgia Bulldogs going from left to right on first down. Lytle in the shotgun, and we're underway here at Alumni Field. Lytle rolling out to the right. Nice completion to number 9, Caden Pollard. Looks like he might be a yard short of the first down. Nice start.
Yeah, it's wait, get this.
Yeah,
play
because
over.
they're quick, right to
Yes.
the line, and off they go. There's Lytle rolling out to the left. He breaks a tackle. Might be stacked up right about the first down marker. Let's see where the officials spot the ball.
Yeah, they're stopping the clock, so I think the odds are they're going to give it to him.
They gave him the first down. Wilmington tonight in black, trimmed in orange. New Richmond going from left to right. There's the snap to Lytle. Hands it off to number 7, Chad Tracy. Chad is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain. Just underway here at Alumni Field. Beautiful, beautiful Wilmington High School. Snap back to Lytle. He's throwing deep. Ball in the air just out of the reach of Tyler Sinninger, the junior wide receiver. Now we're at third down. About 9 to go. 11:04 to first quarter. Just started here at Alumni Field. CampusNation.com. The YouTube channel of CampusNation.com. New Richmond versus Wilmington tonight. Snap back to Lytle. Throws over the middle. Beautiful throw. Caught by Sinninger. Like that play, Jeff.
Yeah, Sinninger has nice numbers coming into this game, too. 9 catches, 132 yards, touchdown. So he's a good receiver.
Lytle hands the ball to the left, and there goes number 7, Chad Tracy, breaking down to the goal line.
You got it.
Did they mark him as a touchdown? I don't think so.
Rake from behind.
What a great run by Tracy. Got loose on the left sideline and is dragged down from behind at about the 1.
Oh, I thought Wilmington came up with the ball.
No, yeah.
Came down on the ball from behind. That was a great play.
We're about the 2. Let's mark it the 2. First and goal from the 2. What a nice play that was by Tracy. And, of course, there's Lytle with the keeper, and he's in. So, quickly, New Richmond gets on the board at 6-0, Jeff. That didn't take long, did
About
it?
a 6-play, 62-yard drive.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some fun offensively tonight out of the New Richmond Lions. Put up 77 against Western Brown. I guess we won't talk about the defense. Tell me this formation, Jeff. What are they doing here?
Oh, it's one of the junk plays,
Yeah.
and they look at it to see what the defense is doing, and most of the time they'll end up kicking it.
Right, which is what they appear to be doing. They were all spread out in a wild formation, but now they're back to the traditional point after touchdown kick. And it
That's your
is
quarterback.
Luke Lytle, the kicker, too. How about that? QB kicker extraordinaire adds the extra point. We are at 7, New Richmond 0, Wilmington. Time, Jeff, to talk about Collette Farms.
Collette Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, and trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data, technology, and digital tools, we help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season working directly with you. Collette Farms Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you.
John Robert Excavating, another of our fine sponsors. Located in Wilmington, it's a family-owned business since 1998. They're specialized in experience in general excavation, sewer, storm grading, field, tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. I need all those things at my house. Look us up on Facebook or call 937-382-1788 for a free estimate from John Robert Excavating. Luke Lytle's like QB, place kicker, extra point, kicker, kickoff kicker. That ball's kicked into the end zone. What a shot he had there. How about that? We're going to have a touchback.
He's got a good leg
How
on
about
him.
that leg?
Luke is, what are they? Oh, they don't have the,
Senior.
I mean, in terms of the height and weight.
Yeah,
Doesn't look maybe 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of skill.
So touchback time, Wilmington on their own sideline. They'll get the ball for the first time offensively. Out comes Peyton Hibbard-led offense. And the committee backfield with Kendall France as the lone setback. There's Kendall coming to the left and gets a nice gain out to close to the 40-yard line, Jeff.
Yeah, you had a wonderful block by that left tackle, number 58, Elijah Rockhold.
Now, here's an interesting thing we've seen about Wilmington. Seems like Kendall France gets the first quarter or the first couple series, and then you hardly ever see him again at running back.
Well, again, I think he gets a lot of reps on the defensive end, so that may have something to do with it.
So first down run by Wilmington across their own 30, about the 37. 1st and 10 for the Hurricane. Shotgun snap to Hibbard, and a pass out is complete to number 1, Isaiah Wriggling. Knocked out of bounds on the far side. Another decent gain.
Yeah, that's about 8 maybe. Just a little bubble screen.
Yeah, you live for 2nd and short, which is where they're at here, 2nd and 3. You can be 2nd and 3 all night long. You're going to do well offensively, Jeff.
No question.
There's the center bringing the ball out to the orange mark. Wilmington in their traditional shotgun snap. Hibbard back to pass and another completion. Well, who's that? 84? Jayden Tackett with the catch on the far right sidelines. Another first down for Wilmington as they are marching down to answer the new Richmond opening drive touchdown.
Tackett's a sophomore as well, Tony. You'll go with those 2 running backs. That's a good class.
Yeah, they sure are. There's France, the single back again on the first drive. Hibbard hands it to him, and France breaks out to the right. Big run again. Looks like another first down, Jeffrey.
Well, as you said about 5 minutes ago, they're looking for offense tonight, and I think we're going to get it.
Wilmington moving the ball down the field with the answer drive. Always is a big thing in football, Jeff, as you well know, when you score and the other team matches you. The momentum changes when teams score and the other ones don't, but Wilmington's on their way trying to drive for points on their first possession too.
Yeah, agree. And even if they don't score, if they put a good drive together, that kind of does what they want to do.
Shotgun snap to Hibbard, rolls to the left. That ball incomplete. Hits the field harmlessly. So now we're at 2nd down and 10, and really that's the first ineffective play Wilmington's had on this drive, Jeff.
Yeah, he was rolling to his left and didn't quite get his shoulder square to the line as he threw that ball.
So we're at 2nd and 10 here at Alumni Field, Wilmington, CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. Early in the first quarter, shotgun to Hibbard, handoff France again. This time stacked up near the line of scrimmage. Not much there, Jeff.
We had, I think, 2 or 3 Lions that met him right at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, now here's a big 3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 31 of New Richmond. Trailing 7-0. Clock running about 9:40 to go. Big 3rd down play. Hibbert comes out to the huddle. Wilmington to the line of scrimmage, and let's see what we got. Big 3rd down early in the game. Hibbert's got time, rolls out to the left looking, and he hits his man. That's Carter Huffman. Good for a first down inside the 15 at about the 13, Jeff.
Yeah, Austin Settle on the hit there. Quarterback that time, Peyton, got his shoulder squared, and you can see the result is a much better ball right on the numbers.
Yes, it was. This kid, Carter Huffman, always seems like he's a ball player, makes plays.
Yeah, he's a hawk
Clutch,
on defense,
clutch,
too.
hawk on defense, clutch receiver. There's a handoff into the line. France bowling his way forward down to close to the 5-yard line.
It's about 8 more.
That ball's on the ground, Jeff. Late fumble. And out comes New Richmond with it. Looks like number 14, Austin Settle with a recovery.
Yes.
How about that? Now, a drive. That was a late fumble. France is running into the line, and there's a scrum, and ball's out.
Yeah, I said before, as long as they get a good drive, that usually helps keep the momentum going a little bit in their direction. But if you end up with a turnover at the end of it, that's tough.
Sam's Meats, football fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located in Wilmington, Ohio, right here at 1209 West Locust Street, to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping to save you both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats offers catering, party trays. Hand off to the right, that's Tracy again. Party trays, a variety of homemade desserts, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays. Go check out Sam's Meats. New Richmond's fast to the line, Jeff. They're not playing around with a huddle or anything else.
Yeah, you're getting the hand signals in from the sideline, and I'm still amazed at how the kids pick that up.
There's a handoff again to Tracy, who breaks to the left and stepped out of bounds. Boy, if he could have stayed in bounds, he was gone too.
Yeah, he broke contain out there to the left, but ran out of field.
So now it's a 3rd and about 4. Officials say it's 5. Big 3rd down again. Handoff to Tracy, goes to the left. Looks like he's got the first down, Jeff.
Yes, and on that play, you had the right tackle, number 70. That is Luke Abbott, a sophomore, pull from the right tackle position all the way to the left and lead the runner and help him get the perimeter. It was a great block, but I think we
have a flag on the field, and that one's coming back. Let's see if we can get the call. What do we got here? The officials huddling up, talking about it. Okay, we actually have 2 unsportsmanlike conducts. One on each team, so they're going to call it as an offsetting penalty, it looks like, and just play over again. Unless they mark it after the play. Let's see. It looks like that's what they're doing, Jeff. So here's what we got. A little confusion by our fine zebras wearing the stripes. They call offsetting unsportsmanlike conducts.
They must have called it as a dead ball after
the play. After the play, so it's much ado about nothing. And we're moving ahead, 1st and 10. Clock restarted, and we'll pretend like nothing happened. Lytle down the field for a bomb. Down the left sideline, intended for 15, Isaiah Bowman.
That ball was right on the money.
Perfect throw by Lytle, perfect.
Tough catch, but it was there.
Through the hands of the receiver, Bowman. Incomplete, but you're right, a great throw, right on the screws. 2nd and 10, Lytle, keeper. shoestring tackle there, Jeff. He might have went again. 15 with a tackle. Josh Snell, is that who that is?
I believe so.
It's easier tonight to see the jerseys because you got the black uniforms with the orange numbers, like the Halloween kind of look. At least we can see them. Last week we had camouflage out of Goshen. I'm not sure who's making some of the tackles in that game. Lytle sprints to the left.
It depends on the mark.
Yeah,
it's
looks
a nice
short.
play. Gave him a good mark.
Gave him a great mark. At first glance, looks short, Jeff.
Yeah, 9-yard gain. They'll move the sticks.
7:27 to go. I like New Richmond's. Everything they do is up on the line of scrimmage. We talked a little bit about that last night with another high school quarterback that was happened to be with us. We got an education on what they're looking for and how they're running this type of offense, and it's a lot of fun. Takes a smart kid to run that offense, no doubt.
No doubt about it.
There's Luke Lytle with the keeper. I mean, we had all kinds of graduate degrees sitting in front of that TV screen last night, and I'm thinking, my goodness, it sounds complicated. But when you run it and you run it correctly, Jeff, it's a thing of beauty. And you're right. How do these kids going to school all day long with extracurriculars, girlfriends, whatever they got, still are able to run this type of sophisticated offense? It's amazing. That time, number 7, Tracy is stacked up into the line.
Well, yeah, and to follow up on the point you just made, not only is the initial call not the easiest thing in the world to figure out, but then the quarterback and the receivers, too, they often have reads on the fly.
And that's what Luke's doing, just this type of offense. He's looking to the sidelines. The coaching staff calls in something, and then after that, it's up to Luke. There's a long pass down the field. Okay, that was a long ball to number 15, Isaiah Bowman, that was knocked incomplete by the DB. Looks like number 2, Tanner Killen.
Are they going to wave that one off or no?
Now they threw a flag.
Yeah, that's one of the weakest pass interference calls I've seen in a while.
That was an interference call on Killen. Wonder if that's a coach's kid.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, so it's a coach's son. Called for a long pass interference down the field.
Well, from our angle, he
looked good.
Came around, got the right hand up, and knocked it down.
That looked textbook, but a flag anyhow. So doesn't matter too much what we think of. Well, let me take that back. Yes, it matters what we think, but the calls, it doesn't matter what we think.
Well, I will say the referee who made the call was behind it about 10, 15 yards, so he did have a view of what was going on behind the players.
7-0. New Richmond leading Wilmington, 5:47 to go. First quarter at Alumni Field. They put the ball up in the air deep a lot.
Another nice play.
Yeah, nice play on both ends there. Caden Pollard with a great effort down the field. And there's our defensive back, Tanner Killen, who had the interference call. This time he knocks the pass away and no flag. But Lytle, they're going downfield. They're not shy about throwing the ball down the field, are they?
No, and the thing is, he picks out who's got the one-on-one coverage, or maybe the defender he thinks he can pick on the most, and that's what they want. If they only hit 1 out of every 5, it's 50 or 40, 50 yards or more.
And that's about the 4th time they've tried that pass. Lytle hands it off to Tracy. Big hole up the middle, spin move. Tackle by 81, Carter Huffman, or that would have went maybe for a touchdown. Great run by Tracy.
Tracy's having a real nice night
Yes, he
here.
is. A workhorse back there. There he goes to the left this time on first down. About a 2-yard gain on first down.
Tony, coming into the game, Tracy was averaging 2.9 per carry. I think he's got that jump to about 4 yards
yes,
right now.
no doubt. There's a whistle on the field stopping play. We have a false start on New Richmond. It'll move them back 5. When you run this type of offense, Jeff, what you have to have all 11 players in their head in the game, paying attention to the call and the snap count. And
well, on the passes, I don't think it's that particularly difficult for the lineman. The quarterback will usually give them a signal whether they block right or block left for the protection.
There's a handoff to Tracy, who runs to the right, down inside the 35-yard line.
But as I understand it, what the coaches are signaling in is a concept, you know, a play call like Ohio or Toledo or something, and the kids just know what to do.
Third down run into the line to Tracy. That had nowhere to go. That was an interesting call. 3rd and 7. A team that's been throwing the ball around on 3rd and 7 does not. Wonder if that means they're going for it, which looks like they are, huh?
I
think they figured it was 4-down territory and let's run on 3rd.
I believe I saw in film they also will pooch punt it from there, giving the impression that they're going to pass.
See, I love this. There's all 11 kids staring at the sidelines to the Patrick Burke and the coaching staff, and they get their signal, and there's a timeout called by New Richmond. Good time to talk about Tin Cap, Jeffrey.
Tin Cap is more than just your locally owned hard cider company, Tony. Tin Cap offers handcrafted hard ciders, along with local craft beers, cocktails, and pizza. Tin Cap leads the area in entertainment, offering large TVs for big games like this one, the largest outdoor patio with covered area and a large stage for live music. Join your friends at Tin Cap, where they always serve up smiles by the glassful. See you for live music Saturdays and trivia Thursdays at Tin Cap, located at 59 West Sugar Tree Street here in Wilmington, Ohio.
3:52 to go at Alumni Field. New Richmond leading Wilmington 7-0. It is September 18, 4th week of high school football. I'm Tony Mancuso here with Jeff Merklin, state high school champion quarterback for West Jefferson. Gator Zach Parsons, Joe Holdren, Dean Thompson on our 3 cameras. Rick and Sydney Phillips running the electricity. Fourth down play.
Whoa.
He is
to picking.
There goes.
There he goes.
Wilmington all the way back for a touchdown. That'll be number 15. Josh Snell with the recovery.
And
what a hit.
Your quarterback is down.
Yes,
which
because that
I can understand.
That was a 55.
50 was that
Brett Brooks.
Brett Brooks.
Brett Brooks with a tremendous hit coming up the middle. 55 had Vontez Burfict type visions. He just blindsided and took Lytle to the ground. And, of course, Lytle lost the ball and returned all the way for a touchdown by Josh Snell of the Wilmington defense. So, big change in momentum. New Richmond's on the way for another score and a turnover and a return for a touchdown. The extra point by Parker Henry, the junior kicker, is good. And suddenly we're back to 7-7. Jeff, describe that play.
Well, 4th and 6 or 7, and what they were trying to do was go to the wide side of the field. They had 3 receivers out there, and Lytle rolled a little bit to the left, took 1 or 2 steps. You know, typically with a right-handed quarterback, the right side he sees, but he had his back to the tackle on his right side this time. Didn't see him coming, and it was really a good football hit.
Collette Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data, technology, and digital tools, we help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season, working directly with you. Collette Farms Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you. There's the kick rolling on the ground. Now, we had a whistle at the time of the kick. This kick may come back. Illegal procedure. Now, that's odd because he calls an illegal procedure and doesn't let the play out. Stop the play, basically.
Well, in high school, that's
what you.
Yeah, you stop it.
All right. There you go. You learn something every day in life, don't you, folks?
Same with offside.
Yeah, okay. So a good call. I was about to criticize our official, and of course,
saved you.
It's different than in college and the pros. You'd let something like that play on and then decide. But in high school, the play is stopped. There's that Super Bowl 16 type of kick, which we talked about last week. Returned by number 19, Bo Snyder, and he's hit close to the 40. That reference is Ray Wershing kicking balls off the hard concrete of the Detroit Silverdome versus our beloved Bengals, and we had Edward Scissorhands a couple times back there returning kicks. One of them known as Archie Griffin.
I believe the other one might have been Ray.
Ray and David Verser, the three of them were vying for the Johnny Depp Edward Scissorhands Award that day, and of course we don't have a ring, and Frisco has 2. Really, 5. But 2 of ours.
What a great play.
Now the Wilmington defense coming to life after that return for a touchdown.
That's that sophomore Derek Perdue, Tony.
Yeah, he's wreaks havoc too out there for that defense.
Defensive tackle coming and just beating his man and running it down.
Tell you, that's a heck of a sophomore class that Wilmington has. They really are. The class of 2023 is really going to be something. There's a pass down the sidelines, and what a gorgeous throw by Lytle and a gorgeous catch by Isaiah Bowman on the far sidelines. You cannot do that any better than that, Jeff. What do you think?
Well, that's the one time out of maybe 3 or 4 or 5 that
they
it hits,
hit it.
and it's worth it.
There's Lytle, a handoff to Tracy. Stop for a loss, it looks like. 2:48 to go, 2:47 and counting. Tie game here at Alumni Field. Wilmington 7, New Richmond 7. CampusNation.com and the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. There's a handoff to Tracy, and this time he's stacked up.
Another one of the sophomores, Josh Schnell.
A reminder to the audience, if you're looking for Batavia at Clinton Massey, which you might be doing, that game has been moved to Monday night at 6:45 on campusnation.net. So tune in for that one on Monday. There's a gorgeous looking throw and catch. Lytle again to number 15, Isaiah Bowman, for a first down completion. That was pro looking there, wasn't it? Beautiful.
What they did that time was Isaiah gave the look like he was going to go deep again and then cut it off to the post.
Lytle rolling out to his right, looking downfield, throws downfield and threw it away. I think that looked like a play, Jeff, where he knew nothing was there and he just threw it away.
Right, and sometimes even the pros don't know enough to do that.
You live to play another down is the old phrase, and it's 2nd and 10 instead of throwing the ball as a pick or being sacked and being in worse situations.
Correct.
So live to play another down is New Richmond Lions on 2nd and 10. Good decision by Lytle. There's Lytle on the keeper, breaks to the left, and he rumbles ahead for another first down.
About 11 on that.
He got knocked around on the sack return for a touchdown, but he seems like he's shaking off the cobwebs and is running the offense just fine. Back to pass, Lytle hits. Number 15, Isaiah Bowman. That was a quick hitting play. Bowman looked like he wasn't covered up.
Well, what happened there, they got to the line. I don't even know if the coaches called the play in because Luke saw that he was uncovered. He just got the snap and just threw it.
Yes, and that's the old, backyard play because you see your buddy who's nobody's out there. You get the snap, you throw it to him quickly, and that paid off for a touchdown. So we're at 13 New Richmond, 7 Wilmington. Lido lining up for the extra point. Boy, if you had Lido in fantasy football, he's throwing touchdowns, kicking.
Probably will run one tonight.
The extra point is good. We are now 14-7. New Richmond leading Wilmington here at Alumni Field. Good time to talk about John Robert Excavating, Jeff.
John Roberts Excavating, located right here in Wilmington, is a family-owned business since 1998. They are specialized in experience in general excavation, sewer, storm, grading, field tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. Look up John Roberts Excavating on Facebook or call 937-382-1788. That's 937-382-1788 for a free estimate.
So we're at 1:32 to go in quarter number 1 here on Friday, September 18th at Alumni Field at the campus of Wilmington High School. It's the New Richmond Lions 14, the Wilmington Hurricanes 7, and there's Mr. Do Everything, Luke Lytle, kicking off now for the New Richmond Lions. Last time he drilled it into the end zone, and he's going to kick that ball down inside the 5. That ball's mishandled by Carter Huffman, but does pick it up and get out to about the 11.
Now that's interesting. I thought if the ball was muffed and it still had its own momentum and cleared the goal line that it was a touchback.
Yeah.
And that looks like what happened there to me, but the referee did not rule a touchback and let him bring it out.
Now again, we had the fumble by France on one of the last possessions. And there's the same trend by Wilmington, a different running back after the first series, and this time it's going to be Thad Stuckey, the sophomore. Hibbert in shotgun formation and gives it to Stuckey, and he's brought down around the line of scrimmage, and there's flags down. Are we going to get some sort of personal foul on the tackle? I'm thinking.
78 Gabe Shepard made a nice play there, Tony.
Waiting on the call from the field. And we do have a personal foul.
I'm not sure. I saw what he did. I saw him making the tackle.
It's on 78 Gabe Shepard, as you said.
Not sure I understand that one.
Mr. and Mrs. Phillips, are we picking up the ref's mic okay on the field or not really? Yeah, Rick says no, so we're hearing it through our broadcast, but our audience probably is not, so we'll make sure to, well, we're hearing it not through our headsets. There's a quick pass out to number 84, Jayden Tackett. Nice gain for Wilmington.
Just a little 5-yard.
Close to midfield.
Little 5-yard stop pattern, I would call it. He picks it up and runs. And, of course, the whole concept of what Wilmington's running, maybe a little bit more than New Richmond is running, is, in the West Coast, the pass simply replaces a lot of running plays. So you get the short pass and let the guys run out in space.
What's funny, let's keep giving our team and our credit. West Coast offense started not on the West Coast, but in beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio. Virgil Carter.
Bill
Walsh. There's a pass by Hibbert intended for number 39. Jeff Valentine. It falls incomplete. Yeah, basically the West Coast offense was designed under Paul Brown and Bill Walsh because Virgil Carter could not throw the ball down the field. So the Bengals, a quarterback in 1970. So they designed a whole offense which wasn't called the West Coast then because it didn't really become the West Coast until Bill Walsh went to the West Coast. But it was the Cincinnati Tri-State offense. There's Wilmington jumping the snap. Number 1, Isaiah Wriggling got a head start on the count.
What many people don't know that are our age is that Bill Walsh did what you indicated back in the early Bengal teams, but he had a chance to be head coach, and that wasn't to be for whatever reason. Paul Brown hired somebody else when he retired from coaching, and
1975, the 11-3 Bengals lose to the Oakland Raiders in a playoff game, which was Paul's last game. We're ready for Bill Walsh to be named the successor and to lead us to, let's see, he won 3 for them. So 3 Super Bowl victories and a Hall of Fame career. We're on our way, folks. Up to the podium comes the announcement. We hear the first name, Bill, and we know the last one's going to be Walsh, but instead it's Bill Johnson, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the graphs went in different directions for those 2 franchises at that point in time.
Remember that day like it was yesterday. Thinking, Bill, thank you, the good move. We're going to win a Super Bowl in the next couple years. Of course, Bill Walsh did, but we didn't. There's Hibbert rolling to the right. Got plenty of time. Nobody open, but quickly gets rid of the ball, and it is complete out there to Isaiah Wriggling. Slow developing play, Jeff. What happened there?
Well, it was a sprint out, but it was on the near hash here, so he had a lot of room to work back there as he kept going, and that's a sign for the receivers to come back for the ball, which is what happened there.
That is going to be the last play of the first quarter, where New Richmond leads 14-7 over Wilmington Hurricane. Good time to talk about Sam's Meats. Jeff, let's hear about that.
Football fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located right here in Wilmington, Ohio at 1209 West Locust Street, to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping to save you both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals, and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and a variety of homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays. Check out Sam's Meats.
Tin Cap is more than just your locally owned hard cider company. Tin Cap offers handcrafted hard ciders along with local craft beers, cocktails, and pizza. Tin Cap leads the area in entertainment, offering large TVs for big games like these, the largest outdoor patio with covered area and a large stage for live music. Here's the punt by Carter.
Oh.
Now it was blocked, I think.
No, he
just mishit
doing
it.
One of those Australian rules football punters that we've seen at Ohio State, where they run a little to the right and then kick it like an Australian rules football player. But that time he did get pressure, and it was like a ground ball to short.
Grounder to Jeter, folks. Join your friends at Tin Cap, where they always serve up smiles by the glass full. We'll see you live. Music Saturdays, Trivia Thursdays. Tin Cap, located 59 West Sugar Tree Street in Wilmington, Ohio. Beautiful Wilmington, Ohio, right where we are right now. So New Richmond takes over with great field position at about the 43-yard line, leading 14-7. Quick pass out to number 3, Tyler Sininger. There are flags everywhere.
Going to have a roughing at the end of the play. Just a short pop pass, and Carter Huffman made a really nice play. But at the end of the play, he went ahead and put him to the ground, and that's not the way you play in this game anymore. I think it was a really good play, and of course in our time it wouldn't have been called a penalty. But
well, you think about that. That's interesting you say that. Remember ESPN Jacked Up segment, which used to be one of the most anticipated things that you would look for every broadcast, where they'd show hits by Ronnie Lott and those types of guys in the secondary and say, he got jacked up. I remember Tom Jackson doing that. Now, if you said that, you'd be arrested. You probably wouldn't even get bond if you said something like that, Jeff.
I think you're right.
It's a whole different time, folks.
And generally, I think it's a good idea with the,
Yeah, it's a safety thing, right?
There's so much more news on the concussion injury that we had years ago, and it still somewhat takes a little bit of the play away, and I still think in some cases may cause an injury because the kids are being a little too careful.
2nd and 10, Lytle with a handoff to Tracy. Wiggles out of the first tackle, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage. So we're going to have about a 3rd and 10 here. 3rd and about 10. Just underway, second quarter. New Richmond leading 14-7 and driving for more. Big 3rd and 10 play here, Jeff. Lytle back to pass, a lot of time. Nice throw. Good looking throw again. Out there to Caden Pollard. Kendall Pollard is a former UD basketball player, not Kendall. We're talking Caden Pollard. 4 down territory, Jeff. What do you think of the call? Kick or go?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you had the pooch kick here. Nope.
Well, Lytle's
they just
throws the ball up in the air. That's not going to be completed, but there is another flag down. And there is Tanner Killen again is going to be flagged.
The socially distanced home crowd is nevertheless making a lot of noise over these interference calls.
Yeah, we're hearing it. So that was another pass downfield by Lytle to intended for number 15, Bowman. And there's Tanner Killen called for his second pass interference. And both of them did not get a lot of cheers from the Wilmington crowd. You're right, but a first down on a penalty. Handoff into the line. The crowd is still buzzing about the pass interference, Jeff. 4th down, pass interference, picks up a first down. That ball wasn't even close to being completed.
Well, they did get kind of caught up about the 15-yard line, and I believe the call was made because if there hadn't been contact there, he would have been an accurate pass. I don't know if it had been completed, but
getting chippy down there. There's
yes.
Another personal foul on the New Richmond Lions. I didn't catch the number of who it was called on, but it is going to move them back.
I think we've got probably 80 to 100 yards in penalties so far tonight.
We hear it's Austin Suttle who's called for the personal foul. There's a handoff into the line. A new running back, number 31, Andrew Royalty. Wonder if they call him Prince. You like that? Prince Andrew Royalty?
They've got Drew Royalty in my stat sheet.
That's probably Andrew and Drew. That sounds a lot like Jeff or Jeffrey or Anthony, Tony, right?
I think so.
All right. Rick, Richard. Tell us about Collette Farms, Jeff.
Collette Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, and trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data, technology, and digital tools, we help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season, working directly with you. Collette Farms Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you.
John Roberts Excavating, located in Wilmington, Ohio, is a family-owned family business. Since 1998, they are specializing in experience in general excavation, sewer, storm grading, field tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. Look us up on Facebook or call 937-382-1788 for John Robert Excavating. 1998, who won the NCAA basketball championship, Jeffrey, in 1998?
Connecticut?
It's close. It's in the same country. One more.
Give me...
It's in the same country as Connecticut.
Lowville.
Now you're really hot, but not quite. If it's not Louisville and you're hot, who could it be?
UK.
There you go. beat the Utah Utes in 1998.
Rick Majerus for the coach for the Utes.
And
quite a character.
98 UK coach was not Ricky Pitino, but it was Tubby Smith. I tell you, we teach all kinds of stuff up here, don't we?
Valuable knowledge.
How about those trivia contests? Let's go in there and get us a trophy. Lytle back to pass down the field. What a gorgeous throw, but knocked away that time by Tanner Killen, who's had a rough go of it with the officials. So a fourth down play here, and they are going for it. Lytle back to pass. Throws the ball.
Should be an incomplete
pass. That's an incomplete pass. Now he threw the ball forward, and it came out of his hand. Slipped out of his hand, but it is going to be an incompletion.
Well, reaching back into the history again, that's the tuck rule in the professional game.
Yes. Made Tom Brady famous. What was Tom Brady before the tuck rule? The third-string quarterback for the University of Michigan, 6th-round draft pick. Gets that call, and the rest is history. Almost from that moment on in his life, he went from who's Tom Brady to like the Tom Brady.
There's only one.
Some guys have all the luck, don't they? If you were going to say some guys have all the luck, I think you'd start with Tom Brady at the top of the list.
Yeah, he's done quite well.
Yes,
all there
he's
of his
done
life.
quite well. That's for sure. All started with the tuck rule. Guy was completely nondescript until that night. Freezing, snowy night, remember, at Foxborough, and he could have been a goat because the Raiders recovered the ball, but
would have been a Raider win.
Yeah,
at that point.
Raider win. We would have never had the Patriots beating the Rams. There's Hibbert completing to Carter Huffman across the 40 for a first down for Wilmington. That's funny how life is. One little call like that turned Tom from kind of a nondescript to the script.
I don't remember exactly, but I know that first year people were still wondering what would happen when Drew
Went
Bledsoe,
down, yeah.
came back. And when he did come back finally, it was long gone.
I mean,
his job.
Belichick knew he had something. But the rest of us didn't until the tuck rule. There's a great run by number 26, Thad Stuckey. Looked like he was stacked up, but he got out of there and moves ahead. But there is yellow laundry on the field. The officials are huddling up, and we might have a penalty on Wilmington.
There was a run from the spread formation to the wide left, and I think the penalty is going to be on Wilmington. And it's a shame because 74 Zach Cowan.
They called it on New Richmond, Jeff.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well, then
illegal
Zach
use
Cowan,
of hands.
Zach Cowan gets the accolades then. He sealed the end on that side of the field and was able to give his running back the perimeter. And he's a sophomore.
So a break for Wilmington as they get a penalty called after a nice run by Stuckey. 1st and 10 about the 38-yard line, trailing 14-7. There's Stuckey again, dragging defenders with him. Gets about a 5-yard gain.
Well, I know we've seen France, and we've seen Stuckey. Have we seen McCoy too?
No, not yet. We haven't seen McCoy yet. Let's see if he's on the sideline. 24, there he is, standing on the sideline, but we haven't seen him run the ball yet. It's like a three-headed monster type of running by committee. There's Stuckey with a sweep to the right, crosses inside the 30. Might be real close to another first down, Jeff.
Nice run. And again, you had a good seal on the right side. That time the tackle got the seal block on the end. My eyes don't deceive me, it was Remington Smith, Jr. Wilmington's going to have another good ball club next year.
Yes, they are. They haven't lost yet in 2020 with the underclassmen that they have.
And remember, they have that Cameron Mcavoy backup quarterback who was so impressive that first week of the season.
There's a whistle before the snap. We're going to have a timeout by Wilmington. Good time to talk about our favorite place that sells meats, Sam's Meats.
Football fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located here in Wilmington, Ohio at 1209 West Locust Street, to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping you to save both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and a variety of homemade desserts. Sam's is open Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock to 6:30, and on Saturday, 8 o'clock to 6. Go check out Sam's Meats.
6:38 here at Alumni Field, Wilmington High School. I'm Tony Mancuso for CampusNation.com. Jeff Merklin, state champion quarterback, doing the color. Gator Zach Bayless, Joe Holdren, Dean Thompson on cameras, Rick and Sidney Phillips on the electricity. There's a flag coming out of the timeout. We got offsides on New Richmond, so we're going to get a first down on an offside penalty.
Yes.
So a mistake by New Richmond on a big third down moves the chains, and we are at 1st and 10 now. Wilmington moving now inside the 25 at about the 23. 1st and 10 from there. Hibbert under center that time, Jeff. There we go. There's our first carry that I recall tonight for Thane McCoy. So he's the third head of the three-headed running back by committee for Wilmington Hurricane.
Oh, very good players. And that was the old I formation pitch sweep, which was a staple back in my day, where they're still recovering fossils from that day.
Did they even have football back? No, I guess they did, because you won a state championship.
It was more rounded.
We're just teasing. Hibbert back to throw this time, and a nice catch and completion to number 84, Jayden Tackett. So we're at a third down play, Jeff.
Yeah, good hit by Seth Mattingly there for the Lions.
We're 3rd and about 3 for Wilmington. 5:26 to go, first half. Trailing New Richmond 14-7. Hibbert under center again. This time hands it into the line to Thane McCoy, and he is stacked up. That's not going to be a first down.
Be interesting what Coach does on this play, because they have the good field goal kicker.
Well, let's see. 4th down and about 3. Ball's going to be spotted where? About the 18-yard line, and yes, they are bringing out the field goal team, but now Scott Killen is rethinking it and bringing them back. And it looks like they are going for it, Jeff. At first, they had the field goal team run on, but he must have changed his mind somehow. Wonder what got him to change, because they were trotting out, and then they reversed and went back.
Well, again, I think you're going to see more bold decisions by coaches this year because of the playoff status being what it is, which everybody who wants in can get in.
And now we're going to have a timeout, and we're going to talk about it. The one thing I used to love about that exact scene that we just saw, speaking of Peyton, was Peyton Manning. How many times did Tony Dungy run out the punt team on 4th and 2 or 4th and 3 where the sheriff, Peyton Manning, said, kids, get off the field. We're going for it. I don't care what Coach Dungy said. And every single time that Peyton waved the field goal team off the punt team off the field, the punt or field goal team, he converted. I mean, that is a STUD stud when you're waving the guys off the field, not waving them, ordering them off the field. And then you still convert the first down. That's why he's Peyton Manning. Hibbard back to throw into the end zone. What a catch down there by Carter Huffman.
Well,
excuse me, it's Jayden Tackett.
Beautiful play. It's that back shoulder throw.
It's a back shoulder throw from Hibbard to Jayden Tackett.
Done about as well as you can see it done.
Yes, perfectly executed inside the 5-yard line. So you got a timeout to regroup. You went for it on 4th down, and you executed beautifully to convert the first down inside the 5-yard line. How about that?
Well done.
Hibbard under center again. Rolls to his left. Throws it into the end zone.
Oh, beautiful throw.
That ball is caught for a touchdown, again by Jayden Tackett. What a nice-looking play that was, Jeff. Talk to us. What'd you see?
Well, you had a play-action pass, roll out to the left, and you had somebody, didn't see who, I think it was McCoy in the short flat, and you had the receiver there that caught it in the deeper flat, and I thought it was going to be intercepted, but the defender missed it. And I don't know if you saw or not, Tony, but the defender, when he missed the ball and ended up a touchdown, immediately dropped and did 3 push-ups. That must be their practice routine.
Point after is good by Parker Henry. So we're at Wilmington 14, New Richmond 14, 3:57 to go till halftime. What a good ball game we have tonight. 2 evenly matched teams, and they're showing it out on the field.
Yeah, fun football game.
Yeah,
to
this
watch.
is a good game. We're having fun doing it. Our CampusNation.com crew on the YouTube channel. I'm Tony Mancuso, sitting next to Jeff Merklin, state champion high school quarterback for West Jefferson, college quarterback Muskingum, Gator Zach Bayless on one of our cameras, Joe Holdren and Dean Thompson on the others, Rick and Sidney Phillips running the show. I'm Tony Mancuso here at Alumni Field. Beautiful night for football. Who first said that statement? Who knows?
Newt Rockney?
Yeah. Newt Rockney. Or Curly Lambeau might have said that. Or George Hallis's dad, perhaps.
Probably was a high school coach.
Yeah. There's the kick brought back across the 20 where he stacked up. Returner looks like number 1. Matthew Duty. Interesting drive here coming up for New Richmond. Tied at 14s with 3:48 to go. This is one of those situations where you want to score next, don't you? Whoever scores next has an advantage.
Especially if it happens before halftime.
Yes, well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Got plenty of time to get down there. There's Lido in the shotgun. And hands it off to Chad Tracy. Not much there that time, Jeff.
Nope, Wilmington was not taken in by the fake to the runner in motion. Stayed at home. The defensive end there played it really well.
So 2nd and 10 play, clock running 3:25 and counting down to halftime. Pass by Lytle. Oh, what a shame. Dropped. Beautiful throw right on the hands. That's incomplete. Not caught by Caden Pollard. Beautiful throw by Lytle. Just didn't connect it. So now we're 3rd and 10 for New Richmond. Wilmington might get the ball back, Jeff.
Same play.
But nope. They go right back to the same kid. How about that? Tell us about that same exact formation, same throw. Caden Pollard dropped the one before. Lytle went right back to him, and that time they convert. There's Tracy bowling ahead, rambling down across the 50.
Well, I don't know that play was called, that the coach or the quarterback knew that's what was going to happen, because I think that was an RPO, a run pass option. Had the receiver run the same pattern.
It was open both times.
Both times.
The first one wasn't caught.
But it looked like that time Luke, as he did the play before that, put it in the stomach of the running back but pulled it.
Clock running, 2:45 left, first half. New Richmond wants a touchdown before the half. Could be a important game moment here if New Richmond scores or Wilmington holds them. Tracy with a run to the right. Again, is stacked up. Chad Tracy is a workhorse back there. He's getting the ball a lot.
Well, coming into this game, he had 51 carries, so that's 17 a game coming into this game. He's probably going to exceed that tonight.
Yes, he's on a pace to exceed that.
I'd be willing to bet he's well over 50 yards, probably up around 70 or 80.
We're hitting the 2-minute mark of the first half.
Having a great half.
Big 3rd and 7 for New Richmond. Tell you, if you don't convert here, I'm punting. But we'll see. Lytle back to pass, a little swing pass out to Tracy. Hesitation move, and he is stacked up by number 15, Josh Snell, who ran back the return fumble recovery for the touchdown, and they are going for it, Jeff. Dangerous, but they're going. They are going. At least it appears they're going. It's 4th and 3, ball in the 41. Minute 18 to go. This is a risky call here. Aren't you punting here, Jeff?
I think I'd punt.
Right.
That looks like what they may be doing is milking the clock, call timeout just before the penalty.
I love how they're all 11 eyes and ears are on the sideline. I love that. Sign of a well-coached team. There is a timeout with 59 seconds to go. Tell us about Tin Cap.
Tony, Tin Cap is more than just your locally owned hard cider company. Tin Cap offers handcrafted hard ciders, along with local craft beers, cocktails, and pizza. Tin Cap leads the area in entertainment, offering large TVs for big games like this one. The largest outdoor patio with covered area and a large stage for live music. Join your friends at Tin Cap, where they always serve up smiles by the glassful. See you for live music on Saturdays and Trivia Thursdays at Tin Cap, located at 59 West Sugar Tree Street in Wilmington.
I'm told that part of our halftime broadcast will include the Wilmington High School Marching Band. Right, Rick? Yep. So we're going to hear from the band at halftime. Lytle back to pass. What a nice catch by 15, Isaiah Bowman. Ball was juggled a little bit, but he held on.
Yep, that's your RPO again. Just amazed at the skill and acumen of high school players.
There's Lytle again, back to pass deep down the field in the end zone. And that time, Isaiah Ringling breaks up the ball down the field.
That was a little bit behind him.
So 2nd and 10 for New Richmond, 49 seconds to go. Ball at the 29-yard line, trying to get in for a score before the half. Methodical drive. Lytle in the shotgun, rolls out and with a keeper, gets inside the 25-yard line. marked inbounds, so the clock's running with 40 seconds and counting, Jeff.
Well, they're using the clock to perfection, which
You
is
got time now, but we're getting close to not having time. Lytle back to throw. Plenty of time looking down the field. Now he starts to run, breaks away from a sack, and he is inside close to the 15-yard line. 19 seconds to go. They do get a timeout, it looks like.
Yeah, the clock stops on the first down.
Yeah.
I'd still use the timeout,
Yeah.
though.
Everybody thinks there's a timeout because here comes both sidelines with water and wearing masks. Wonder what the rule is officially, or maybe you know, Jeff, about officials wearing masks, because we saw it the first week and we haven't seen it since.
I don't know, unless the rules were relaxed.
So 19 seconds to go. This is a big play. Lytle back to pass, throws the ball up in the end zone, knocked around, and there is another flag. And could we have another pass interference? This time on the coverage was number 3, Adrian Cody, down there for Wilmington, but we may have another pass interference. These fans don't like it. I can hear all kinds of chirping, right? Listen to that.
Well, it was really hard to tell from here, from our angle. Look, there must be something going on with the backhand holding.
We're not that far away, and we're not seeing it, so they're calling it on the field, though. The fans don't like it. You can hear the chirping in the stands. So, again, on what was an incompleted ball, New Richmond gets a break on another pass interference. That's the third one that has resulted in a first down. So now we have a timeout with 11 seconds left. Now, how about that? You know, you always get that same argument about officials, you know, letting the players play, let the players make plays, but instead of a call there, turns the momentum to New Richmond. So let's see if Wilmington can hold them.
Well, it makes it really tough on the Wilmington defenders. If you got the guy one-on-one, it's hard enough to turn around and try to find the ball, much less keep your guy within a reasonable distance from you. And they've done, to me, a wonderful job of breaking up the balls tonight. But, you know, what is that, fourth maybe, third or fourth?
Yeah, it's at least the third one that we've had. I think it's the third one. We're not that far away, like we said, so it doesn't look like pass interference from here. But the 5 officials are a lot closer than us, so they make the calls and they've got the flags in their hand, not us. Big possession here. First down throw, and that ball is juggled and caught.
Touchdown.
And held on for a touchdown by number 10, Jayden Pollard. Lytle with the throw into the end zone. Pollard juggled it but held on, and it is a New Richmond touchdown. And the call did matter, Jeff, because it got them close and they scored.
Well, Luke Lytle's a magician with the ball.
Yes, he is.
You know, that's that same play we've seen 3 or 4 times on this drive. It's a run-pass option. He puts the ball in the running back's belly. He reads the cornerback as to whether there's single coverage on his receiver, and if it's single coverage, he's going to yank it and throw it.
And he is the kicker and drills the point after. So it's 21 New Richmond Lions, Wilmington Hurricane 14 on a score right before the end of the first half. So a beautiful looking drive by New Richmond. Took it all the way down the field, burned almost the entire clock, ending the first half. So very well orchestrated. A touchdown pass to Jayden Pollard. Nice catch, nice throw, and we're at 21-14. New Richmond leading just before halftime.
Well, you made the call on that. Score just before the half.
Right.
And that's big for New Richmond because I believe Wilmington gets the ball coming out.
It's big. You give up points right before the half, it changes the game. And again, we are Bengals fans, or we're in the heart of Bengaldom. It happens 13 out of the 16 weeks of the year that they give up a touchdown or points in the last 30 seconds of the first half. And I guess if it happens to the pros, it can happen here at Alumni Field. We've seen that how many times? We didn't see it last night, which was interesting. Here's a ball on the ground and a touchdown saving tackle by Luke Lytle as the Wilmington Jeff Valentine picked up the kickoff that bounced around, and he broke through, and he was headed for a touchdown until Mr. Do Everything tonight, Luke Lytle, with the shoestring tackle to save a touchdown. Boy, that would have been a turn of events.
How much time do they have? 1 second?
1 second, one play. Throw it in the end zone, see what happens. So we're at 1 second to go. That almost broke for a touchdown, Jeff.
Well, if you get a clean scoop on the receiving end, it's not enough time for the kicking team to get their guys in the alleys they're supposed to be in.
Well, here's Hibbard back to pass, and he is going to throw the ball down the field. The ball is batted down. So that's the end of the half. We're at halftime here at the beautiful Alumni Field on the campus of Wilmington High School. It's New Richmond 21, Wilmington 14 at the half. Jeff, what'd you see in the first half?
Well, I did see a lot of penalties, a couple turnovers, big turnovers, one by each team. So I think that ended up holding the scoring down a little bit. But we both predicted an offensive game, and 21-14 at the half, they're putting up points.
Collette Farms. Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years with the use of local data, technology, and digital tools. We help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season working directly with you. It's Colette Farms, Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you. There is the Wilmington High School band setting up. Halftime, 21-14, New Richmond leading Wilmington. If you were tuning in for Batavia and Clinton Massey and wondering how do we lock in or log on to that one, your night is Monday, because it was postponed and it's moved to Monday night. Batavia at Clinton Massey on campusnation.com will be on at 6:45. Jeff, in your 59, 60 years, 60 of watching high school football, have you ever seen or heard of a varsity football game on Monday night?
No.
Nope.
No.
Me neither.
The trend is for more of them to be on Thursday night.
Right.
But there would be JV games or freshman games sometimes played on Monday, but never a varsity game that I can remember, Monday Night Football.
All right, here is the Wilmington Hurricane Marching Band performing at halftime at Alumni Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we take you back to a time of big hair and bright colors. It was the era of MTV, a time that ushered in a new king, the king of pop. From the second highest selling album of all time, a song that sold over 7 million copies. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Michael Jackson's Thriller. forward to a band that's been around since 2004 and released 6 studio albums. The pop, rock, dance, alternative sounds of Panic at the Disco can be heard all over the radio. And tonight, you'll hear their highest charting hit from 2018. It's High Hopes. Let's hear it one more time for the pride of Wilmington Marching Band. This is Ken Lighty, the voice of the marching band, reminding you, keep calm and march on.
Halftime here at Alumni Field, a performance by the Wilmington High School Marching Band. It's good to see them out there. Can't stop high school football, not only across the country but in Ohio. It's a great thing. It's a Friday night tradition. Despite all the problems that we have supposedly going on, the spirit of these kids marching on, doing the Thriller for Michael Jackson and a Panic at the Disco number. It don't get no better than that. We're at halftime here at Wilmington High School. New Richmond leading 21-14 over Wilmington. Good time to talk about Collette Farms. Collette Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, and trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data, technology, and digital tools, Collette Farms helps farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season, working directly with you. Collette Farms, Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you. And of course, another of our great sponsors, John Robert Excavating, located in Wilmington, is a family-owned business since 1998. They are specialized in experience in general excavation, sewer, storm grading, field tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. Look up John Robert Excavating on Facebook or call 937-382-1788 for a free estimate. News just came over the wires that Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, champion of gender equality, dies at age 87. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Now, that's interesting. We're not going to debate this tonight.
No, not tonight.
However, guess who might have an appointment coming up?
Well,
The winner of November 3rd.
Now, wait a minute. Do we have some attorneys somewhere that we
Yeah.
know?
that's boy. If you thought things were heated now,
Yeah, wait till that fight.
Are you
My
on the Are you
goodness.
on the short list, Tony?
I'm on the long list of that one. The long list.
We just want to let everybody know that obviously this Monday we've got that makeup game, or the game that was postponed from tonight with Batavia at Massey rather than Massey going to Batavia where it was regularly scheduled. But then also this coming Friday, the next Friday, a week from tonight, we're going to be, you guys will be at Western Brown for Wilmington at Western Brown, and we will be at New Richmond with Clinton Massey. So Massey, the Falcons, go to New Richmond to play these same Lions, and you guys will be headed to Western Brown, which they have a phenomenal sophomore quarterback, just really burning it up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That was Rick Phillips, who runs this campusnation.com. We are here at Alumni Field. I'm Tony Mancuso, doing the play-by-play here with Jeff Merklin, state high school champion quarterback, Muskingum College quarterback, Gator Zach Bayless on one of the cameras, Joe Holdren and Dean Thompson on the other cameras. Jeff Merklin, what'd you think of half number one?
again, some chippy play, a couple very major turnovers, but very enjoyable half played by two good football teams. I think the key to the second half for Wilmington is they're going to have to get their running game going again. I think they kind of lost it after that first drive and after a couple nice runs early in the second quarter. But I think the key to their game is using that three-headed monster that you referred to, those three excellent running backs, and grinding out some. I mean, they still run it from the open set, but I think they need to reestablish the line of scrimmage.
What's interesting about that Wilmington running attack, you do see Franz as a starting running back, and we've seen Wilmington all three of their games now. Kendall Franz plays the first series and a lot of times is effective, but then you don't really see him in the backfield anymore. So it's an interesting dynamic because the two sophomores, Stuckey and McCoy, basically get the load the rest of the game. They don't get the opening drive. That goes to the senior France, and he scored twice on opening drives this year, but then hardly sees the backfield afterwards. So I'm not sure why that is, but there must be something about the system that Scott Killen feels like that's the way to go. He's the coach, and all we are broadcasters.
Well, I mean, if you have the kind of numbers, if you, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, if you add up the three players' numbers, it's very effective, very impressive. And so if it's a good thing, why not go with it? I think what I thought is
21-14 here at halftime. The team's returning to the field, getting ready to line up for the opening kickoff of the second half. New Richmond Lions leading. Like we said earlier, both teams without a loss, Jeff, so something's got to give here. New Richmond with the halftime lead. They've played one more game than Wilmington, who had one canceled against Batavia due to the COVID situation.
Exactly, and I've really enjoyed all the games we've
Yes.
broadcast. I think the coaches all have taken the attitude of, with this new, some of the new rules just for this year and the playoffs being what they are, they're letting everything go, or playing to win every game. It's really nice to see.
Like we said, it's a great thing. You can't stop it. The show must go on, and it's glad to be here, and we're glad to see it. So there's the opening kick of the second half. Ball bounces around, and there is Big Brett Brooks barreling ahead. Is that who that is? Yes, it is.
We usually see him dishing out punishment when he's on defense. That time he did with the football.
Now, I'll tell you what, that kid has some wheels, because that put the 40 timer on him. He was moving. Plus, a big kid to begin with, and for him to be barreling like that.
I wouldn't have wanted any
No,
part of it.
I'd rather be up here in the broadcast booth with Mr. and Mrs. Phillips than down there trying to make that tackle. My one half a year of playing in the 5th grade, I wasn't much of a stick my nose in and make the tackle kind of guy, Jeff. So
Well, I wasn't
I'm
either.
sure you're not surprised hearing that. There's France. Tackling people was for someone else to do. Lots stronger and tougher than me. I might be back there yelling and giving orders, but I wasn't in the middle of the action.
Well, giving orders, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
was a good thing.
So now we're at 2nd and 11. Second half just started. Wilmington with a ball on their own 48-yard line. First drive of the second half. Shotgun to Hibbert. Back to pass, and the ball is tipped around and incomplete to Isaiah Wriggling. 11-11, the clock stopped. When's the last time you saw a clock stopped at 11-11?
Tony, on that last pass, Isaiah Wriggling came down, set up in the zone, turned it in a little, and I think Peyton thought he was going to stay on the spot instead of continuing to go to the middle a little bit, and so the ball was behind him.
Not to be spooky, 3rd and 11 at 11-11. 11 threw the ball, and number 1 dropped it, so ones are wild. Here's a 3rd down pass completion to Jayden Tackett, who's had a good night catching the football. But I think he's short of a 1st down, so what are we doing here? Are we going or are we punting?
Well, any ordinary season you probably punt, but not this year.
So it's 4th and 3.
Well, I'm wrong.
And they are bringing the kicking team out. Parker Henry, the junior kicker, lined up to punt. Watch a fake here, Jeff. I can sense it. It would go, too. Look. Well, there's no one out wide. So they do get the kickoff, and it's going to be out of bounds.
That's not going to be too far downfield from the line of scrimmage.
Parker Henry with the punt. Tried to pin him deep, but not really too deep. Where are the officials marked? About the 25.
Okay, we still got 19 yards out of it.
I'll tell you something. We've talked about that 100 times, too, in our football watching lives. How in the world do these guys know where? When the ball goes out of bounds, it's not human nature to be able to look up and to know where a ball crosses a line that's underneath you. So I would say this. It's 85% guessing, and let's get close.
Well,
right? Come on, let's face it.
They do try to always mark it on a yard line.
Oh, it's something. All you're doing is guessing. Look it up in your. There's a long pass by Lytle, wide open. Is Tracy down the sideline, inside the 40. So a good opening pass and catch by Lytle to Tracy, the running back. Read any kind of Google or research. A human being can very rarely looks up and has trouble diagnosing what's going on up.
Well, I can tell you how.
Why do you think snipers and things like that get away with shootings? Because people don't look up.
Well, he may look up, but what he's doing is looking at the back judge, or the referee, and then
you cannot tell me that they're marking the ball accurately when they're looking up to catch. Just watch a ball where it supposedly crosses a line underneath you. All you're doing is getting close. There's a pass completion to number 41 for New Richmond. That's Brady Payne. That's one of the first times we've heard his name called. So Lytle to Brady Payne.
That's his first catch of the year, Tony.
Yeah, how about that? There's Tracy into the line on 1st down. So when you listen to us here on campusnation.net, we got a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and we've said them, and we've got a whole season left to say them, and I'm going to say that I do not believe a ball that's spotted that goes out of bounds in the air is spotted accurately. It just, all you're doing is getting close. There's Lytle's ball is tipped.
Great pressure put on that time.
Incomplete.
And the defender was Derek Perdue, the sophomore. Very impressive young player.
So now it's 3rd and 10 for New Richmond on their opening drive of the second half. Lytle back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling right and throwing, and it is caught. What a nice looking play that was. Luke Lytle buying time, running around, completes it to Isaiah Bowman. New Richmond's passing attack is very dynamic. They got a lot of weapons.
That would have been some game to see last week, New Richmond and Western Brown. Might have been 2 weeks ago.
There's Lytle into the line on a keeper.
Fumble.
He cough?
Looked like it.
Wilmington says it's their ball. Let's see what the officials say. They are going to, there's flags down, and they're going to award the ball to Wilmington.
Another turnover.
How about that? How about that? New Richmond is ready to go in for a big touchdown coming out of the second half. They get the ball inside the 5-yard line, and there is a fumble recovered by Wilmington. So Wilmington survives that scare, and it's going to be recovered at the 3-yard line. Wow. What a turn of events.
I believe I saw the ball pop up there. I couldn't tell who got it, but major turnover for New Richmond. We'll see if they can keep them pinned back here at least.
Well, here comes Wilmington out for their second drive of the half. Their defense gave them a big reprieve by turning the ball over for the offense inside the 5-yard line, trailing by 7. So this drive starts inside the goal line. Do we have a safety, or did he get out?
He got out.
He got out to about the half-yard line, Jeff.
Yeah, that referee is being very emphatic with his call.
Yes, he did get out. The forward progress got out, but boy, they knocked him back into the end zone. So Wilmington in danger zone right here. Who sang that? Kenny Loggins? Highway to the danger zone. Was that Kenny Loggins?
I think so.
I think so too. We got to get to that trivia tin cap. There's a throw down the field, and of course, when you're pinned down inside your own 3-yard line, most of the time something bad happens, as Woody Hayes would say. There's a throw up in the air, intercepted by number 19, Bo Snyder. Turnover by Wilmington.
Payton just didn't get enough on that when the receiver was about 2 or 3 yards behind.
Well, when you're back there, backed up like that, most of the time something bad is about to happen, and it did for Wilmington. So much like last night's game when the Browns turned the ball over on downs inside the 2-yard line, the Bengals did the same thing right back to them, and Cleveland ended up scoring. So it was a big turning point. Now here's the same thing happened tonight. New Richmond inside the 3-yard line. They fumble the ball, and Wilmington turns it over. There goes Tracy for New Richmond. Crosses inside the 20. We don't have an official stat guy. I wonder how many carries that is for Chad. It's got to be pushing 20-ish, don't you think?
Yeah, I believe it's probably 15 to 18 range at least. And his best night of the season.
Play stop to mark the ball. We are at 7:45 to go, third quarter. Lytle keeper runs inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 4. What a nice run again by the senior quarterback, Luke Lytle. So New Richmond knocking on the door again to go in, Jeff.
Yeah, if they make it 28-14, that's going to be
See, what was interesting, again, they were right ready to go in and then turn the ball over, but they get a reprieve and get it back. So they're right kind of where they were. There's Lytle with the handoff to Tracy, and that one's going to be stopped for a big loss. All the way back out to the 12 yard line.
I think that was Purdue again.
12. Second and goal from the 12 now. You were at second and goal from about the first and goal from about the 4. So this is a big series here. Lytle in shotgun looking into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. I'll tell you what, these connections to these receivers, Luke Lytle hits Caden Pollard for the touchdown. Their receivers have great hands, Jeff, don't they? What a nice catch by Pollard. Ball a little bit high, but he went up and got it.
Well, with regard to Pollard, I think that's one of the strategies they've had tonight. He looks quite a bit taller than the defensive back they've got him isolated on. So I think Luke's just putting it up there.
He's got great hands, too.
Yes.
Just when he gets his ball hands on it, he's catching it.
Absolutely.
Lytle with the extra point attempt. Like I say, if I'm drafting Clinton County and this area's high school fantasy football, I want a kid like Lytle that's throwing touchdowns, running touchdowns, kicking extra points. How about that? 28 for New Richmond, 14 Wilmington. Tell us about Sam's Meats, Jeff.
Football fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located here in Wilmington, Ohio at 1209 West Locust Street to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats is fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping to save you both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and a variety of homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Check out Sam's Meats.
Let's reset here. CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation, the sister station 106.9 WZAA, Jeffersonville Radio. I'm Tony Mancuso. Jeff Merklin on the color here at Alumni Field, Wilmington High School. 28 New Richmond Lions, 14 Wilmington Hurricanes. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. There's a stoppage of play. Interesting and different kickoff guy this time for New Richmond. Number 80, Camden Lang, a freshman. Is that right? Do I have that right? Camden Lang, a freshman, is lined up to kick off. Nope, I tell you what, incorrect. It's number 30.
39.
39? Well, I tell you.
No, it's
30.
It's your, I think, who you called first.
Wait a minute, we'll get it right this time. It is number 30. So it was number 30 kicking off. Tyler Noble. We got it right the third time. As long as you get it right within 3, it's right.
You're good.
Had we went up to 4 or 5 times, we would have had a problem. But we got it the third time. So it is Tyler Noble kicking off for New Richmond. And Wilmington will start first and 10 from their 22-yard line. Tin Cap, I want to hear about them, Jeff.
Tin Cap is more than just your locally owned hard cider company. Tin Cap offers handcrafted hard ciders along with local craft beers, cocktails, and pizza. Tin Cap leads the area in entertainment, offering large televisions for big games like this one, the largest outdoor patio with covered area, and a large stage for live music. Join your friends at Tin Cap, where they always serve up smiles by the glassful. See you for live music Saturdays and trivia Thursdays at Tin Cap, located at 39 West Sugar Tree Street here in Wilmington.
So Hibbert on first down with a pitch out to Thad Stuckey. Picks up about 3. 2nd and 7. Clock running at 6:25, third quarter. Hibbard gives it to Stuckey, who crosses close to the 30. Huge third down here, huge third down. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. 28-14, New Richmond leading Wilmington.
It's a tough call for an offensive coordinator.
Well, you're
here.
3rd and 7, so you're thinking it's a passing down. This is not 4-down territory, that's for sure. Hibbard in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking left, and the ball is incomplete.
That one was behind the receiver just enough to make it a difficult catch.
Yeah, you got to kick it away here, Jeff, at 28-14. So there's Parker Henry lined up, punt formation. Number 19, Bo Snyder, back there for New Richmond, standing close to his 40-yard line. Should be good field position for New Richmond, assuming nothing goes wrong. The snap is botched. Bad snap. It bounced on the turf and is recovered by the kicker, but it's 4th down. Not good there, Jeff.
No, that was the last thing you needed to have happen.
Right, because you needed to kick the ball out of there and hopefully pin New Richmond back as far as you could. Instead, the ball is rolling on the turf, and he fell on it.
Yeah, their last two.
But it's 4th down, so it's a change of possession.
Right. Last 2 times they've gotten the ball right about here, New Richmond, and pretty good field position, I'd say.
This is this could be the game here if New Richmond scores or Wilmington doesn't hold them. Handoff into the line, Tracy inside the 15 now. Coming up on 5:20 left third quarter. Tracy again, very conservative play calling the first 2 plays. I have a feeling that Coach Burke and staff, offensive coordinator Ross Baker, is setting them up for something here on 3rd down. 2 dive plays into the line, basically. And as we said, Lytle, we were right, and there is a pass in the corner of the end zone, caught by number 15, Isaiah Bowman, but out of bounds.
Good ball there.
He went up and got that, too. These New Richmond receivers are like rebounders getting the rebound of these balls that are thrown up in the air.
Well,
Both Bowman and Pollard have been reaching up and catching these balls constantly, but that one out of bounds. So here's a 4th and 6. This is a big defensive stand for the Wilmington defense. They're going for it. Lytle back to pass. He's in trouble. He gets out of trouble, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. So a big defensive hold. They made a mistake on the punt, but it's no harm done because they do not score. They keep New Richmond out of the end zone. So now we have a change of possession back to Wilmington, trailing 28-14 to New Richmond. Collette Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, and trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data technology and digital tools, Collette Farms helps farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season working directly with you. That's Collette Farms, Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you.
Big hit.
Yeah, 1st down carry by 24, Thane McCoy, the 3rd of those triple header running back by committee
think that was Drew Royalty on the hit, Tony.
Andrew Royalty.
It's interesting to see both of these teams have pretty good sized rosters, and in this era of specialization, a lot of times teams will go kid just playing one side of the ball, but both of these teams have a majority of the kids, I think, going both ways.
So there's a flag down on the play, and it's going to be a penalty against New Richmond. And the ball comes way out to the 22-yard line. So we had a 15-yard penalty somewhere by the New Richmond Lions. We didn't catch the call. I'm going to put it on the 18-yard line. So a face mask is what Sydney Phillips calls out as our spotter. Spotter extraordinaire. It's a team effort up here. We didn't catch it, but it was a face mask on New Richmond, which is a first down for Wilmington, and they're stuffed on first down, Jeff.
And defensive line of New Richmond has made a change completely from the first half. They're beating them at the line of scrimmage and sealing off all the gaps.
Counting down inside 4 minutes, third quarter. We had 21-14 at halftime. Wilmington has not scored in the second half yet. Hibbert under center throws, and that ball is picked. And it might be a pick six, but no, he stopped. It's number 11 on the interception. That's Jack Moore. So Hibbert's pass is picked off. A lot of the action's been on this side of the field this third quarter.
Yes. I don't think Peyton saw him. He was dropping back in coverage, and it just was a short slant, and he threw it and didn't see him and picked it off. That's his third of the year.
Big series again. We've said this a lot, but Wilmington has held on, but we're at 28-14 with 3:39 to go, third quarter. Big series for the Wilmington defense if they want to stay in there. There's Tracy, stacked up for a loss.
Another good play by Derek Perdue.
We're at 2nd and 11 now for New Richmond. Roll out by Lytle. Escapes the rush. Inside the 5, inside the 2, and runs in for a touchdown.
Basically untouched.
Luke Lytle.
He really turned on the afterburners.
Yeah, turned to the rolled to the right. We said he was going to rush for a touchdown, and you called that. Rolled right, escaped the first wave of defenders, rambled inside the 5, inside the 3, and went to the house. So now we're at 34-14. New Richmond opens it up now. And there's Luke Lytle for the extra point. What else is he going to do tonight? Thrown for touchdowns, run for touchdowns, kicked extra points.
I haven't looked at the schedule, Tony, with the 6-game abbreviated version, but I'm wondering if New Richmond plays Clinton in the regular season. Clinton Massey, that'd be a good game. Next Friday? Great.
Tell us about John Robert Excavating, Jeff.
John Roberts Excavating, located in Wilmington, is a family-owned business since 1998. They are specialized and experienced in general excavation, sewer, storm, grading, field tile, drainage, land clearing, pond, demolition, and paving. Look us up on Facebook or call 937-382-1788 for a free estimate.
3:12 left, third quarter. New Richmond opens up a 35-14 lead. Ball on the ground picked up by Carter Huffman, the returner. Gets it across the 30. This is a big drive. If Wilmington wants to stay in the game, they need points on this drive, Jeff.
Agree with you, and we'll see what happens. They still have quite a bit of time in the game.
They do, but they got to score on this drive.
I think you're right.
Because you get 3 scores down heading into the fourth quarter, it's going to be a hard road. Wilmington needs points on this drive. Hibbert with a handoff to 26, Thad Stuckey. Still not down. The whistles blow. He's crossed the 35-yard line. Again, one of those nights where Wilmington has not had a lot on the ground, have they, Jeff?
Not after the first
series.
drive.
Yeah, that was it.
Series, yes.
Really, I think you never know the actual philosophy, but I think their passing game is somewhat effective, but it's not really, they don't throw it around a lot.
No. In fact, I'm surprised they're in the I formation here.
There's Hibbert back to pass, caught by Huffman. He's going to be just short of a first down, but I don't think this is punting territory now. There's no more punts coming for Wilmington down by 3 touchdowns. So we're 3rd and about 1 as the ball is about the 43-yard line. 3rd and 1 and a big 3rd and 1. Hibbert under center. Fullback leading the way this time. Hands it off, and a good second effort by Stuckey. Looks like he got it close, but I think he got it, right?
I think,
yeah, he did. Second effort. Second effort got it. He didn't have it at first. He was stacked up behind the line, but a good second effort by Stuckey gets the first down. So a big conversion by Wilmington as the clock runs to 1:25 third quarter.
Tony, there's been a player on New Richmond that's stood out to me in the last 2 quarters. He's only a sophomore, and he's very small. Number 1, Matthew Duty, but he's the middle linebacker for New Richmond. He's all over the place out there.
Hibbert in the shotgun, flushed out of the pocket, threw that one away. Again, what we said earlier, live to see another day, play another down. There was nothing there, and Hibbert rolling out and just threw it out of bounds, which quarterbacks don't do that enough. Sometimes they try to make things happen that aren't there. There is a flag down, and I bet we're going to get grounding, yes. So somebody talked the official into a grounding because we didn't have it at first.
Well, I didn't see if there were any receivers out there.
Well, there was really nobody there, but it's a call that I don't know that
in this area
was proper for that situation, but they did call it.
In this area, you pretty much give that to the quarterback.
Seemed like a smart play by Hibbert. There was really nothing there, and he was rolling out. He just...
Yeah, you'd think that he'd get the benefit of the call on that.
Yeah, again, maybe a little ticky-tacky that time, and it was delayed.
Right.
So the officials thought about it for a while and didn't really call it quickly. But it's the call, and now we're 2nd down. And long. Hibbert rolling out, throwing, and what a nice throw and catch. Nice moves by number 2. The receiver on the other end, Tanner Killen on the other end of the reception. Tanner Killen, long, big advance, big gain by Wilmington.
It's about 33 on that one.
Yes. That was crucial. 2nd and long, and a long pass from Hibbert to Tanner Killen goes for a big first down. So Wilmington's got to score this drive, Jeff. We said that earlier, and they're marching. They're Stuckey into the line. Gets down to about the 15. Clock running 36 seconds and counting.
Their first 2 games, Wilmington got out to the lead. Now they got to play from behind. We'll see how they do it.
Like we said earlier, I said this when this drive started. Wilmington must score this drive. If they do, they're in the game. If they don't, it might be a long road the rest of the way. Hibbert back to pass, lays it out there to number 3, Adrian Cody.
Another sophomore.
They're
from
spreading the
Wilmington.
ball around to
Right.
different people. So we're at the end of quarter number 3 here at Alumni Field. Wilmington marching but trailing. New Richmond leading Wilmington 35-14. Third quarter, campusnation.com, the YouTube channel of campusnation.com, 106.9 WZAA, Jeffersonville Radio. If you're tuning in or thinking about Batavia and Clinton Massey, it's not tonight. It's Monday night at 6:45. Batavia at Clinton Massey will be on campusnation.com, the YouTube channel of campusnation.com. Jeff, tell us about Sam's Meats.
Football fans, stop by Sam's Meats located here in Wilmington, Ohio at 1209 West Locust Street and support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk. Helps you to save both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and a variety of homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6:30, and on Saturday, 8 to 6. Check out Sam's Meats.
So the opening play of the fourth quarter is a handoff to 26. That's Stuckey. Here we go. We're at fourth down and about a 1.5. Little bit over a yard, Jeff. Got to convert if you're Wilmington.
Well,
They're calling it 4th and 2, but it looks like a yard and a half. Got to convert.
I think you're going to see that sophomore get the ball.
There's Hibbert with a pitch out to Stuckey, and he is stopped and stacked up behind the line. Will not get the first down. So ball's turned over on downs by Wilmington. Do you like the call on 4th and a yard and a half?
Well, I like the attempt to get him out in space.
Yeah.
I don't think you were going to get much up the middle. They looked like they were coming on at least a 2 linebacker blitz. So I think it was a good call, but right now New Richmond's just getting the better of the game in all
they
the
are.
various facets.
So New Richmond gets the ball leading 35-14. I can almost kind of hear Dandy Don here at the other side of the press box warming up.
Warming up.
He's not singing yet. Dandy Don Meredith, the late Dandy Don Meredith, about ready to turn out those lights, but not quite. Anything can happen here with 11:11 to go, but New Richmond with Chad Tracy with a big first down run as we approach under 11 minutes in the ball game. 35-14, the New Richmond Lions leading the home team, Wilmington Hurricane. This is a drive, they call it the 4-minute drill. 4-minute offense to run out the clock, but even though we're at 10:40, it's that style, right, Jeff? You're just running out the clock with plays that'll get the clock and keep the clock moving.
I think that's the idea, although I wouldn't be surprised to see him run that fly pattern again. That's been successful. Maybe haven't hit it all the time, but they've had so many penalties on the pass interference.
Again, we refer a lot to the real NFL games. Last night we saw this with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt at the end, and looked like there was really no defense tackling them.
No.
Yeah. This went all the way down.
I think you're right, Tony. They're going to keep it close
Yeah,
to the vest.
keep it
for
on
them.
the ground. Clock's running, heading on 10 minutes and counting in the ball game, fourth quarter. Trailing by 3 scores is Wilmington. So New Richmond doesn't really need to score again. Just keep the clock running. It's 2nd and 12, and playing it conservative on the ground. Lytle Keeper rolls to the right, left, breaks away down the field, shows some big-time wheels, is knocked out of bounds after a long run. There's a scrum at the end of the play and a flag thrown. We're probably going to get a roughing added to that. What a long, nice, beautiful run by Luke Lytle.
Well,
And
there's
a wrestling match at the end out of bounds.
There's some Division III or maybe a Division II school that is just aching for a quarterback like this.
Yeah, he has a lot of skills. A lot of skills. Not the biggest kid out there, but he's very effective. A lot of wheels. He showed a lot of speed on that play, Jeff.
Yes. His running ability is probably the best we've seen out of a quarterback, close to the Bethel Tate quarterback.
Yeah, we liked him. Of course, next week we get Western Brown, which we hear is really dynamic offensively. Now you think about this. New Richmond beat Western Brown 77-61. Is that a basketball score?
That's what I thought when
now
I
wait,
first saw it.
You're telling me the football teams played and the final was 77-61?
Yeah, I literally thought I had accidentally pressed
basketball.
Boys basketball.
Well, sometimes you
Max
don't get
press.
77-61 in basketball nowadays with the way they play.
Yeah, this is really a good conference down
yes,
here.
It is.
A lot of unique communities, nice communities, and different takes on the game. Really enjoyed covering it this year.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Thanks to Mrs. and Mr. Phillips. There's Lytle handing it off to number 1, a new running back in the game, Matthew Duty, who's, like you pointed out, has wreaked some havoc on defense and now gets a carry, Jeff.
My guess is that Matthew Duty is one tough young man.
Well, there's a timeout by Wilmington to stop the clock with 9:32 to go. Good time to talk about Tin Cap. Tin Cap is more than just your locally owned hard cider company. Tin Cap offers handcrafted hard ciders along with local craft beers, cocktails, and pizza. Tin Cap leads the area in entertainment, offering large TVs for big games like these, the largest outdoor patio with covered area and a large stage for live music. Join your friends at Tin Cap where they always serve up smiles by the glassful. We'll see you live Saturday for music. Trivia Thursdays at Tin Cap, located at 59 West Sugar Tree Street in Wilmington, Ohio. Tin Cap. 9:32 to go. 35-14, New Richmond Lions leading the Wilmington Hurricane. Alumni Field, the campus. This is a beautiful stadium, gorgeous.
Wonderful.
Yes, the
All
field.
the
Yes,
the
field's beautiful here. There's Duty getting the handoff, and he races out to the left, breaks away, still on his feet, inside to 5, inside to 2. Another beautiful run by Matthew Duty. Like you said, you called him on defense, and now he's carrying the load offensively.
Yeah, I would think they might give him the ball. He got
all the way down there. Give him the touchdown, right?
I would. Let's see what happens. My guess is he's going to get it.
First down and goal from inside to 5. There's a stack up at the line. Now I do hear Don Meredith in the background. He's got his fingers on the switch. 35-14 with 9:03 to go. CampusNation.com. The YouTube channel of CampusNation.com. 106.9 WZAA Jeffersonville. Gator Zach Bayless on the main camera. Joe Holdren on the camera. Dean Thompson on the camera. Tony Mancuso here, play-by-play. Jeff Merklin, state champion, high school quarterback. What year, Jeff?
76.
1976. Where were you, folks, in 1976 while Jeff Merklin is leading the West Jefferson Rough Riders to the single A state championship? If you were watching baseball, you watched the greatest baseball team of all time that year. The since 76 Reds were the greatest baseball team of all time. And don't you ever get in an argument with somebody and say anyone else. It's not the Yankees of the 90s. It's not the 27 Yankees. It's not any Yankees. It's the 76 Reds. Matthew Duty makes his way inside the one, but there's a flag down on the play. What a year for sports that must have been for you. Because I just thought of that. You were a huge Reds fan.
Yes, and the Bengals were, I believe, good that year.
Hold on. That was Tiger Bill's first year. So they were good.
10 and
4.
Right.
No playoff team.
Right.
Remember that? They week 13 that year, they needed a win over Houston and got beat. And they actually won the last game, but they were one game out.
Right.
How do we remember this stuff?
I can't remember something from last week.
There's a ball into the end zone, and it's picked. So I think New Richmond got a little bit greedy that time. Don't you think, Jeff, throwing the ball in that situation?
Yeah, and that time he did kind of just throw it up there
Yeah,
a little
threw it
bit.
up for grabs, and it is intercepted by Wilmington. Is it Carter Huffman with a pick? Yes, Carter
Yes.
Huffman with another pick. We saw him pick off a ball last week.
He's had another good game.
Yes, he has. His interception at Goshen last week wrapped that game up. So 8:37 to go. Maybe Dandy Don sits down for a second. There's no quite turn off the lights yet.
Well, I believe they need one here, Tony.
You better score quick. You're down 3 scores with 8:37 to go. You got to get points, and now. We hear the band. Still fired up. There's a running play to somebody we haven't seen carry the ball, Aiden Cody. Yeah, we saw him earlier with one carry. Goes for about 5. Clock running, 8:20 to go. Now, I'll tell you something. Here's a new quarterback in. Hibbert is out. This is number 13 in there for Wilmington. Cameron McAvoy, the junior quarterback. So Hibbert's out. Down 3 scores. It's McAvoy's show the rest of the way. We liked him in week 1, didn't we?
Yes. He has a good cut about it.
Yeah, he does. Rolls out, throws, caught. I think this team's in good hands next year, too, if they turn it over to him as a senior.
Right, and with all the sophomores coming back.
Yes, I agree. They got to go quick. 7:40 to go and counting, trailing by 3 touchdowns. The tall, lanky kid back there. Left-hander. Cameron McAvoy.
That was a coverage sack there.
We get all these references of people that you guys have probably never heard of, but who does he look like back there? Go ahead. USC 13. Lefty. Todd Marinovich.
Yes.
I knew it was on the tip of your tongue.
I couldn't think of
There's a throw down the field. That one's going to be broken up. That one sailed on him.
Yeah, that one came up.
Came
a
out of
little
his
high.
hand. Yeah, it came out of his hand from the beginning a little bit awkward.
Well, 3rd and 14. I'd like to try to see him hit something down the middle.
Wonder if Hibbert's hurt or why the change.
My guess is just giving the backup some important quality minutes while there's still a game on.
Like you say, may have something to do with you're in the playoffs regardless.
Right.
McAvoy completes the pass, picks up about half the yards they needed for the first down, so we're going to be 4th down, probably about 7. 6:40 to go. And I know Dandy Don has walked in and he's ready to sing now if they don't pick this up. 4th and 4 it is.
Yep, sailed on him. Well, I think you're going to see New Richmond have some other kids in the game now and try to run it out.
Well, and in comes from the Monday Night Football crew of the 1970s, the former quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, Dandy Don Meredith, ready to sing, "Turn out the lights, the party's over." Remember those days,
Yes.
Jeff? I'll tell you something. You never had if you're younger than we are, which most of the country is by statistics at this stage.
Quite a bit.
If you never heard or watched the Monday Night Football crew of Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, and Don Meredith, you missed a sports treat, because those three doing Monday Night Football was absolutely must-see TV no matter who was playing. And usually they had a good game, let's face it. The way it worked is they didn't have like everybody had to be on, so it was always a marquee game. And those three were so good together. And we said Don Meredith, when the game was kind of reached its point where the result was determined, would always get on the mic and sing, "Turn out the lights, the party's over." And it was about the same quality that I'm singing. I'm certainly not Pavarotti or Sinatra.
I think there's a lot of YouTube clips
Yeah.
still on there of those announcers.
Why don't you do that sometime, folks? Log on to a YouTube and listen to the best of Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, and Don Meredith doing Monday Night Football in the early 70s. I know that seems like a long time ago, but it really is entertaining, and it still holds true to today, how the three of them meshed. As Tracy runs into the line, we're coming up on 5:30 to go and counting. Clock running here at Alumni Field. 35, New Richmond. Wilmington, 14.
They had a unique ability to even make a game that's not really close.
Interesting.
Interesting and entertaining.
You know, you think of something like halftime highlights, which Howard Cosell ran in those days, and now that would be something that most people would scoff at and say, "What the heck? That's nothing." But he would run through those halftime highlights from Sunday, the day before, and it was just something you had to see. Even if you were tired and you had school the next day, you would at least hang in there till Howard did the halftime highlights. And I'm not joking. That was something that was, you look forward to it.
Well, right now, with all the media covering all the games, you can see anything you want at the press of a button. That wasn't the case then. And so it was really fun to see the halftime highlights.
Yeah, because you didn't watch every game on NFL Sunday Ticket or Fantasy Red Zone. So sometimes those highlights was the way you learned what happened. So here's a 4th down run to Tracy. 3rd down run. So he's stacked up 4th down.
Well, I'm proven wrong. I thought he'd have some of the backups in.
No, they're playing the regular lineup. They are going to punt. Clock's running. Coming up on 4 minutes to go.
Well, New Richmond's a team that's going to go, I think, a lot more than just that 7th week in the playoffs. So I can understand the thinking.
Four minutes and counting of the ball game. Punt formation, Luke Lytle, Mr. Everything. Kicks it out of there. Carter Huffman back deep, watches it roll dead. Inside the 35 at about the 32-yard line. Jeff, tell us about Collette Farms.
Collette Farms. Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, and trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data, technology, and digital tools, we help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season, working directly with you. Collette Farms, Pioneer Seed, farmers just like you.
CampusNation.com is where you are and we are right now. The YouTube channel of CampusNation.com. 106.9 WZAA out of Jeffersonville. We're here at Alumni Field in Wilmington. Pass out there by Cameron Mcavoy, who's now in the game quarterbacking for Wilmington.
I think that was Shane Griffin, Tony, on the receiving end. Seeing some of the other kids for Wilmington.
Yeah, this would be a thrill for Wilmington to get some of these kids that don't play much to get a touchdown drive. You never quit. You play to the whistle. You play to the last gun. That's one thing about today's era, which is a lot different than our time. And this is another of the 46,000 things that we complain about and that is, especially in the sport of basketball, when the walk-ons or the guys at the end of the bench come in at the end and here they are dribbling out the clock and not trying to score. That irritates me more than words can even express. You're in the game, you should be trying to score. Right?
Well,
come on, you don't dribble out the clock.
If you're put in with 2 minutes to go and you get a minute and a half of good time and a couple shots up, maybe.
Disagree. I don't care if there's 7 seconds to go, you're trying to get to the basket.
Yeah.
Even if you're down by 30 or up by 30.
Respect and disrespect in sports anymore has gotten beyond my understanding in many ways.
You play. You let the kid go. You don't hold him back. He's been practicing all year, playing all year, working hard all year, and you're going to make him dribble out the clock. I don't like it. .3:15 to go. I'm saying you're in the game, Jeff. You're in there to shoot. We had walk-ons that we lived with on our floor at the University of Dayton, and I would tell them before the games, I would say, hey, one kid named Bob, I won't say his last name, said, Bob, get in the game, you're shooting, cast. There's a walk-on for Ohio State who I know his family quite well, and I'm always talking to his dad saying, why don't you tell your boy to shoot at the end and not run out the clock? And they tell him that that's how he's coached. Don't shoot. I'm like, well, I don't care. You want to be in the stats, fire it up there. But that's not how it rolls in 2020,
nope.
Jeff. Got to have that sportsmanship, and if you win by 32 instead of 34, it's a lot better, right? I mean, that makes a big difference to your psychology. So instead of rewarding the kid with a 2-point basket, you got to make sure that your victory is not 34 points, it's only 32, because everybody feels better if that's the case. We're here at Alumni Field. Let's come back to 2020. 35-14. New Richmond running out the clock. Second down. In the game is the quarterback, new quarterback, number 5, is Brock Linder, a freshman.
That's still Luke, Tony.
Is it?
Yep, that's a
Okay,
2.
called that wrong.
And that's Tracy still in the game.
Yeah,
getting
they are.
carries.
Now, how about that? See, I thought we had a new quarterback in, but I did take my glasses off for 1 second, and a 2 looks like a 5, but it is Luke Lytle still in the game, so I apologize for that. Would you have him out, Jeff, at this point? Game's over.
This is an odd year. It's hard to second guess anybody this year.
Now, how about that? They're still throwing down the field.
Well, that's something that you would like because, and I actually kind of like it too. They're still playing to the end.
Yes. Both teams should play to the end.
And my guess is they have a lot of things they still want to work on. And
if you weren't going to do that, then why have a scoreboard? Just shut the scoreboard off and let's just play for funsies. And let's have a watch on the side, and you can play for an hour and a half, and when you're done, you quit. That's not what you do.
No.
You play a controlled clock. I don't like a running clock when there's a blowout. I don't like that either. You're here to play sports. I don't like the baseball rules where you put runners at second base in the extra innings just so you speed up the game. I don't like 3 batter minimums to speed up the game. If you're playing a sport, you're practicing for a sport, you're coaching a sport, you're watching a sport. Why do you have to have this rush to get it over with quickly? You're there to do it.
The
right?
game, even if that doesn't happen, the games last 3 hours. They're not sped up.
Okay, who's making that decision? The media or the TV who wants it done quickly so you can get to the evening news or other programming?
Hadn't thought about that. You're probably right.
One of the things about the Super Bowl, folks, remember this. Next time you watch the Super Bowl, you will see that you've spent 7 hours watching pregame, commercials, halftime, all these different things, but they will rush you off at the end because they need to get to Magruder and Loud or Nightingales or some show that's on that doesn't start till 11:30 at night that nobody's watching, but boy, they got to get it in that last hour, right?
Absolutely.
And then you're waiting for Bill Belichick or Tom Brady to get up on the podium, and instead they're saying, well, thanks, folks, for staying with us for 8 hours. Goodbye. We got to get to Magruder and Loud. Goodbye. And that's how it is, right?
You don't get to see the trophy.
Right. Barely. You do see the trophy, but you don't
Then
see
you
much.
run out after that.
Then they tell you, well, turn on to Fox 29 on channel 680. You can catch the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, if you spend all day cooking and having a Super Bowl party, and you don't get to see the end game, post game stuff, they rush you out so that they can get, Seen Elsewhere on or some show like that on. These guys, I'll never understand them as long as I live. There's McAvoy in trouble, getting out, racing to the sidelines, and does get out of bounds at about the 31.
Good athlete.
Yeah.
Number 13, Captain McAvoy, the ball carrier, chased out of bounds by New Richmond.
This clock stops at 1:30 to go here at Alumni Field. 35-14 score. New Richmond's going to go to 4-0, Jeff.
And did they tell us earlier they're playing Massey next week?
That's right, I think. Right, New Massey and what a game that should be. New Richmond and Massey. Where is that game? At New Richmond. So the other broadcast team will be out there for that. We'll be Western Brown against Wilmington at Western Brown.
Well, I'm looking forward to
Yes,
seeing that
I'm looking
quarterback.
forward to seeing them play. They score those types of points. But so did New Richmond, let's face it. There's a completion out to number 3, Adrian Cody. Inside a minute, Jeff. Clock running.
Yeah, Dandy Don is probably already sung
Well, he's
by now.
sang and gone by
Yeah.
now. He went home already.
Yeah.
Sang his song for the night. But the point of it is that I love both teams playing to the end. Competing. None of this kneeling down, giving up. McAvoy down the field. The ball is knocked around and incomplete. At least they're playing to the last gun. I love seeing that. I don't want to see people dribble out the clock. If I'm a walk-on and I'm in the game, I'm shooting at the end. I don't care if the coach says dribble out the clock. If he says you don't walk on anymore, you're done, well, at least I shot. Not just sitting there dribbling the ball out. Anyhow, we might as well go on a soapbox here, but
Well, I agree with you. The only thing I disagree with you on, frankly, is the running clock in football.
No.
Because if you've got
yeah, I
a
know.
mismatch,
Yeah,
it's a
okay.
physical issue.
All right, so go ahead and just run. You got kids that played all year, need to practiced all year, and all you're doing is running against the clock, and you can barely get any plays in or any kind of continuity, and the clock's running. First time I saw that, Jeff, was at Gahanna Lincoln High School. And this is my argument. A team from Canada came in to play Gahanna Lincoln. So all the way from Canada they came. They get to Ohio under the Ohio rules, and they get down to Gahanna like 48-0 in the third quarter. And they made that long trip. They stayed for a day, and the clock's running on them. So it's like they barely got any kind of enjoyment out of the experience, and I just didn't like what I was seeing.
Well, I got to give you that one.
They come from Canada, let them play. But nope.
Well, I'll tell you my experience on that is I coach girls basketball, and early on I had a team that was this fairly new team to the school, and it was just a kind of a learning team, although we were playing the schedule. And, of course, being the last seed, we drew the first seed in the first round of the tournament, and that coach had his starters into the fourth quarter, and he ended up beating us 92-10. So that's how I think about that issue.
At least you got within 80.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. 82-point loss. What was the spread on that game? 78?
76.
There's the kneel down. Now, I don't mind doing it at that time when the
Right.
clock runs out. Luke Lytle with the kneel down. He played the whole game, Jeff.
Very impressive.
Change of possession here. No, they're going to let it run out.
You know, New Richmond has a very good tradition of football in that community, and I like this team. It'll be interesting to see what happens against Massey next week.
So the final score here at Alumni Field, September 18, 2020, is the New Richmond Lions. They go to 4-0 with a 35-14 win over the Wilmington Hurricane, who dropped to 2-1. We need to hear from John Robert Excavating, Jeff, one more time.
John Roberts Excavating, located here in Wilmington, is a family-owned business since 1998. They are specialized and experienced in general excavation, sewer, storm, grading, field tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. Look us up on Facebook or call 937-382-1788. That's 937-382-1788 for a free estimate.
All right, let's talk a little about what we just saw. The New Richmond Lions defeated the Wilmington Hurricane 35-14 here at Alumni Field. Let's talk about the upcoming programming for CampusNation.com. The game's coming up. Monday night will be Batavia at Clinton Massey. Monday night, 6:45, the CampusNation.com and the YouTube channel. Next week will be the Battle of New Richmond against Clinton Massey on Friday night. The other broadcast crew will be doing that one on the other half of the CampusNation.com Viacom Broadcasting Network. We will be at Western Brown for Wilmington versus Western Brown, which will be an interesting treat. Another great night of high school football, Jeff. Thank goodness we're doing it. Can you imagine not doing this?
I can't, no.
Right.
I think Michigan is not doing it.
Ugh.
And I think a couple states have just recently said, well, let's get started and do what we can.
Again, we didn't get a chance to talk much about that. Maybe we will next week, but at least the Big Ten is going to try to play. The ill-fated decision to cancel it is supposedly going to be reversed. Let's hope it's reversed. We'll get into that later. We're wrapping it up here at Alumni Field. Let's give a shout out to everybody who participated in this broadcast. Of course, our sponsors, Sam Meats, Tin Cap, Collette Farms, and John Roberts Excavating. I was Tony Mancuso, Jeff Merklin on the color, the camera people, Zach Gator Bayless, Joe Holdren, Dean Thompson. They're up here cleaning up, as is the people who put this on, the producers, owners, operators of this wonderful website, Rick and Sydney Phillips. So, from Alumni Field, until next time, we are signing off from campusnation.com. It'll be available on podcast. You can re-watch it and re-listen as many times as you want. It'll be up shortly. It probably is already because the Phillipses are very fast in getting these things going. So, good night from Alumni Field, and we'll see you next week.